Hello everyone, my name is Killer Chicken, and I'm back with kind of a different kind of video. Today I've just been working on some kind of small little Star Wars based MOCs. If you've been watching enough of my videos, then you probably know that I'm working on a First Order army, and basically what that calls for is a bunch of First Order battle packs over and over and over, and I started to run out of room, so I basically took them all apart, put them in a bag, and then one day I was just like, you know what, I should probably use these parts for something. So the first MOC I want to show you is, it's kind of a mini, not a micro scale, but a mini scale TIE fighter. It's kind of based off the scale of, say, the Slave One from the new Cloud City set and the Cloud Car, and then just recently the Darth Vader's castle. It got released, and in that was Darth Vader's TIE Advance. So I got a lot of this inspiration from that build. So this is what I just wanted to make the classic looking TIE fighter. Of course, it is the First Order version, but so yeah, this is the first MOC that I have to show, and I'm basically gonna just give you a closer look at it. And so first off, I started in the middle, and down here it's a little bit different than how it was built and on the TIE Advance, but it's pretty close. As you can see, I do have some stud shooters right here. But anyway, I think it turned out pretty good. It kind of reminds me of something that you would see in an actual Lego set. Then moving to the middle, as you can see, I kind of tried to make it a ball shape, but it didn't really work out that well. So it looks kind of rough, but it's close to what it probably would look like as a set. But right here, I actually did make the opening hatch just like, well, really close to how it is with the TIE Advanced, where it opens up and then the top opens out too. And then on the inside, you can see the First Order TIE Pilot. He fits in perfectly with these, I don't know what those pieces are called, but they have kind of an indent on the side of them where the arms of a minifigure can fit. So that fits on just well in there. And it doesn't close all the way on the top. I just must have built it wrong, or just built it differently than the actual set. But yeah, that doesn't close all the way, but it still looks pretty good. On the back is pretty rough. I was kind of running out of bricks, and I didn't have any pictures of what Darth Vader's TIE Advanced was, so I didn't know what to replicate. So yeah, that's that. It looks pretty bad. But anyway, after I finished that, I put some kind of upward slope right here. I think it looks pretty good. And then I got to the wings, and that's when I started to run out of pieces. I didn't have any of the angled pieces, so I wasn't able to make the, I think it's I don't know, but the shape, whatever the wings are on a TIE fighter. So I just got a big rectangle, which looks pretty rough, but I just wanted to put some wings on. Anyway, the connection isn't very good. As you can see right here, pops off pretty easily. I know how I could have made it better, but I didn't have the pieces to be able to make it better. So right now, I've just got some really weak wings. But this part is the part that I'm most proud of. So anyway, that's that. That's kind of what I like to call the mini scale or MIDI. I know there was a few of the sets that they called MIDI scale. So I guess that's kind of what this is. But anyway, that's the first MOC. And then I moved on, and I started to build some turrets, and then I ended up with this little trench run, I guess you could call it. That's basically what this is supposed to look kind of like at the end of episode 4, whenever the TIE fighters are going in the trench and they're being chased by the TIE fighters. So I have this very, very micro scale. Let's remove the fighters first, and I can show you guys that later. But anyway, as you can see, I have a very large amount of greebling right here, which I think looks pretty good. As you can see, I used like a bunch of grill pieces. I even used this black whip that I got. It was an extra piece from the Rathtar Escape set that I have. As you can see, I do have some control panels down here just to show some lights. I have some cheese slopes. I have some studs. And yeah, I think it looks a lot like how the trench looked in the movie. As you can see up here, we do have some towers, I think they call them, or turrets or whatever. And, you know, they're pretty basic little builds. Anyway, they stud shooter. So they don't look exactly how they looked in the movie, but I think it looks pretty good. And as you can see, I used a lot of the pieces from the actual First Order battle pack with these slope pieces and these indented, whatever those bricks are called. But anyway, I think it looks pretty good. Now let's take a look at some of the pieces of the set that I think are pretty significant. As you can see here, I made a micro scale, a micro scale, not like a micro fighter, but a micro scale X-Wing. I think it turned out pretty good. I basically just sat down, got my pieces, and I was like, okay, how are we gonna do this? So as you can see, they do, of course, have the X shape for the wings. It doesn't close all the way, sadly, but I was able to make do with the pieces that I had. As you can see, I do have some illegal build techniques right here, where you've got the clips that are attached to the plate, which technically isn't a legal build technique, but I made do with the pieces I had, and I think it turned out looking pretty good. But as you can see here, I do have a red windscreen. I didn't have a translucent, kind of just white translucent, so I wasn't able to do that. As you can see, you have the R2 unit right back here. I use these lightsaber hilt pieces to basically be the thrusters, and yeah, the way it connects is using this 1x2 jumper plate, and the body connects back here to the wings. So anyway, I'm actually I'm very satisfied with how this looked, even though it doesn't have very much range of motion when it comes to these wings closing back up. But anyway, I took this little peg piece, clipped it on there, and put a bar piece right here, and then I put it right here. So then that looks like it's flying through the trench. And then next I have a not so amazing build. This is just a micro TIE fighter. It's pretty rough looking. As you can see here, I use this minifigure roller skates piece to make blasters, and then I use these, I like to call it spray bottle pieces. And yeah, it's got a stud on the top. It's got a stud on the top, which connected pretty well to this, which is just one of the wings. Connects to the side like that. I used one of these studs all around pieces, so that was pretty nice. Right here, this is basically where the minifigure sits. So anyway, that's a pretty rough build for the TIE Fighter, but it works. You can probably tell what it is. So anyway, that is my little trench run mock. And then I was all like excited about mock building, and I was like, I don't want to stop. I want to build another mini scale thing. So I was like, hey, let's do a crate thing. Yeah, I probably should have stopped, but that's what happened. This is a little ski speeder. It's even more rough looking than the TIE Fighter, but I think at first glance you might be able to see what it is. As you can see, I did use some of these slope pieces or wedge pieces just to make some of the dust shooting out from the back of it. But anyway, this is right here. This is basically kind of a little crate base. There's the soil or whatever, and then there's the salt. But anyway, this is the main part. As you can see, I used a little grill piece right here. This is the cockpit for the minifigure. This is the blasters, and this is whatever that part on the ship is. But anyway, there's supposed to be a little ski thing shooting out right there, and it's supposed to be hitting the ground, but I didn't really have any pieces for that. But anyway, yeah, that's that. These are my mocks that I just came up with. I'm just sitting down and using basically battle packs, and as you can see, I use microfighter pieces. But yeah, so I hope this kind of inspired you to be able to use, if you guys are at all making a first order army and you have a lot of first order battle packs, if you have taken them apart, I kind of hope that this kind of inspires you to make your own mocks using those bricks. So anyway, that's all I have to show you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you haven't yet subscribed, if you enjoy my content, and yeah, share this video with anyone you think would be interested. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time with another video.